up, family? I'm Dr. Dale, and this is PreMed Mondays. PreMed Mondays. Happy Monday. It's going to be a great week. So first of all, you can probably tell that I sound a little bit different. My voice is gone a little bit, and that's because we've been at a basketball tournament this weekend, and when I coach, I can get really animated. You can probably tell when you watch me talk, I can get really animated, and when I get animated, that comes with a lot of screaming. So a lot of screaming means I lose my voice on tournament weekends. But the good thing about that is, check this out. Hold on, check this out. So those of you who are watching on YouTube, boom, we brought home that first place trophy. My boys did extremely well. 4th grade elite tournament, COVID safe, all COVID safe. We're masked up. In my household and such, my wife and I think parents on our team were vaccinated and all that stuff too. COVID safe tournament. But we brought home that first place trophy. Super excited for the boys. The team we beat in the championship, we actually lost to, but then we regrouped. We talked about what we needed to do and came back and we beat them in the finals for the championship game. And I was so proud of them because just like anything in life, what that showed them was you can have a down day, you can have a bad day, but if you regroup, you refocus, give it another go, you can still win and be successful, right? You don't fail, you just find ways that didn't work, right? So super excited, super proud of them for that. And before I get into this week's PreMed Mondays question, I want to remind you guys, Mcat scholarships, right? So we've announced, how many is it? 3 or 4 Mcat scholarship award winners already. We've announced them, so definitely make sure you go to blackmenandwhitecoats.org/Mcat and apply. We're going to pay for your Mcat if you get this right. Apply. We're not getting in too many applications. We should be getting a lot more. We're paying for your Mcats. So definitely take advantage of that, and we're reimbursing people on the Mcat. All right. The other thing we're probably going to be doing is, so we have somewhat of the folks at Kaplan have been very helpful in the past in terms of helping some of the students that we're associated with. And they have a lot of Mcat books that you're going to give us, Mcat book sets. These book sets are worth like $250, something like that. So they're giving them to us to give to you guys. So be on the lookout and make sure you're on our email list. So it's blackmenandwhitecoats.org/email, blackmenandwhitecoats.org/email. Get on our email list. And probably in the next week or so, we'll be sending out a blast email about how you can get free Mcat book set, right? And it's not, I think we'll probably just do it to the first 100 people, right? So first 100 people that request it, we'll give it to you guys, right? Just ship it straight to the address you give us. And those things again are worth like $250, and we're going to give it to you guys for free as a gift, just because you guys rock with Black Men and White Coats and PreMed Mondays, and we want you to be successful. All right, let's get into this week's question. It's coming from another one of the members of our PreMed Mondays group. And remember, PreMed Mondays is a group mastermind. It meets every Monday evening for PreMeds. Mastermind of PreMeds meet every Monday evening. And every week I send you a coaching video. So every week I send you a video of me teaching you, giving you some jewels and pearls that will help you become successful on this PreMed journey and beyond. All right. So today's question comes from Sammy, one of our phenomenal PreMed Mondays members. And if you want to join, it's PreMedMondays.com. Check it out. But here's Sammy's question.
Hi, Dr. Dale. Sammy here. I had a question about how to go about writing diversity statements. I've been writing a few essays for a few medical related master's programs, and I know a lot of medical schools also ask questions about this. So questions like, what can you bring to our school? What about your experience would add to our school? Questions like that. And just I was wondering how to approach those questions, because there's just so much that goes into our experience. It's hard to know where to focus my attention, and also how to structure the essay. So that's what I had a question about.
So excellent question, Sammy. Excellent question. And remember a couple weeks ago we had one that was about how do you write a good personal statement. And I love this question, Sam, because it's different than that other one. So you're asking about a diversity statement versus a personal statement. 2 different types of statements. So you remember last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, my answer about the personal statement was I really focused on making it personal and don't make it like a CV of accomplishment. You don't want to do that, right? The personal statement needs to be about personal. That's a little bit more about your feelings and how you were transformed. You remember another time a question had come up about how do you decide what's important to include in your application for your activities and such, the most meaningful activities. And for that one, I focused on how were you transformed, and which ones did you feel were very impactful activities that were transformed you. This diversity statement is going to be a little bit different from the way I see it, okay? The reason this is a little bit different is because, kind of like you said in your question you asked just now, you said they're asking about how can you bring diversity to their school. That's what they want to know in these questions. How can you bring diversity to their school? The first thing to note is diversity doesn't necessarily mean you're of a certain race or ethnicity, right? That's not what they're looking for. So some people will say, oh, I might be white, how can I be diverse? Everybody's diverse. I believe God made all of us unique, special individuals as we are. So everybody is their own unique person. There's no other Sammy in this world. So just by nature, not I'm talking about your race or nothing, just by nature of you being Sammy, God making you Sammy, you're already diverse, right? So that's the first thing I want to say, because some people will struggle to answer this question because they think you're asking something that has to do with minorities or something that has to do with will you go work in a diverse, underserved ethnic community? Some people will come up with big answers just to fit what they think the school wants to know. Wants to see in the statement. Don't do that, right? Really stop and think about how you can add value to the school. This is your time to say how you can really add value to that school. So when they ask you about a diversity statement, they want to know what is something that you can do that is unique to your skill set, unique to your experiences that you can bring to that institution. Right? What is something unique to Sammy? And the way you figure this out is, again, you go back and look at your experiences. But again, it's a little bit different here. On your personal statement, I encourage you to say what experiences has transformed me. For this diversity statement, I want you to say, what have I done to transform others? Get the difference there? For the personal statement, it was, what experiences, what in my life has transformed me? But for this diversity statement, it's, what have I done to transform others? That's a huge difference, because when you transform other people, that's a value add. You're adding value to their lives. So what the schools want to know is, how are you, with your history, your experience, right? The things you've gone through, Sammy, how are you going to add value to that school, right? So, you might, when you're approaching it, you might approach it from the perspective of, here's something that I've developed over the years. Here's something I've developed. Here's a skill set. Here's something I'm good at, right? And this is my experience with that thing, and this is how I applied it, and this is how I hope to continue applying it in the future, right? That's what they want to know. So for me, I'm an author. I write books. So you might ask me about, hey, Dr. Dale, what is your diverse statement? I'm in the field of medicine. I'm unique in that, people write books, but not too many people write as many books as I've written, right? And they don't self-publish. Many of them don't do it the way I've done it. So that's unique. So I'll talk about, I'm unique in the fact of, I had diversity in the fact that here's what I've done, here's how it's impacted lives, my How to Raise a Doctor, look how, the types of lives it's impacted, and my value add. I'm diverse in the fact that I can bring that into the field of medicine, right? So I'm expanding medicine beyond the typical just journals and publications that you see. I'm finding other ways to impact society, impact the community with the way I write my books and distribute them and things like that. It's a different type of model than what we're used to seeing in medicine, but it's impacting so many lives, and that's something unique, diverse, that I'm bringing to the field of medicine. So really, you're looking for what is unique about Sammy that you can bring to the medical school, that you can bring to the field of medicine. That's the diversity. So when you're reading these things about, you see the word diversity statement, it might be helpful for you to substitute it with unique statement. What makes you unique, right? It's not about your ethnicity and that stuff. It's about what makes you unique. And it's important that I say that, because everybody is diverse. That's what the word diversity is, differences across the board, right? So we need to remember that. We really need to remember that, because everybody has a story. Everybody has something unique. Everybody has added value to somebody's lives in the past. To figure out which things in your skill sets and your experiences, your history, right, and your perspectives. You might have grown up in a certain environment, a certain situation that gave you a unique perspective that allows you to add value to other people, because you can bring that perspective that they can't bring, because you had the unique experience with that perspective, right? So that's huge. Excellent question, Sammy. Thank you for asking this question, because I do think it's important that our listeners understand the difference here. When you're doing a personal statement, you're talking about how have you been transformed. When you're doing a diversity statement, now we're talking about how have you transformed others and how can you transform others. right? This is about what is your value add to the institution. That's what they want to know. All right, Sammy, thank you for the great question. Again, PreMed, hey, send the questions in. I want to hear from all of you. I want to answer your questions, all right? So just send a message to us, a little selfie video, 30 seconds on Instagram to @TeamBMWC on Instagram. Just direct message us @TeamBMWC on Instagram. What other websites? So remember, different websites. PreMed Mondays. If you're PreMed, you want to get part of the PreMed Mastermind group and get weekly coaching videos. That's PreMedMondays.com. Join our email list, blackmenandwhitecoats.org/email. Apply for the Mcat scholarship, blackmenandwhitecoats.org/Mcat. Get some Black Men and White Coats clothing, swag. That's BMWC store. And if you have not seen the Black Men and White Coats documentary, what are you doing? Make sure you check it out, bmwcmovie.com. And do me one last favor, hit that subscribe button right there. We're trying to grow our YouTube channel specifically. We just started posting these videos up, and we really want to grow the channel. And we really appreciate all of you kind of supporting our efforts and helping us build something that we think is impacting lives for the good of all. All right. See you guys next time. Love you.